Hi, John Walker, LaCade TV, and this is day 2 of our Western Caribbean cruise. I just missed the sunrise. I hate to miss the sunrise, but hey, whatever. So let's go on with the day, and we're going to start just looking around the ship a little bit. So I went topside to see the sunrise, figured that'd be one of the best ways to see it. And as you can see, when you're all the way up top, you can go out here to the pool area. Nobody's up early. Nobody really gets up. You can have the pool all to yourself. Now, in another video, I also wandered down here to the solarium. This is the adult-only section, or 16 and over. I guess that's adult if you're 16 and over. And no one's at the solarium, too. So you get a nice look around at the solarium. In fact, I did a whole video on the solarium. So why don't you go over and check out my video on the solarium? There were so few people here. I almost thought it might have been my video I did when I was getting off the ship. But there's just nobody here. This is day 2. It's sunrise. The sun's up. They have not opened the restaurant yet for breakfast. It opens, I think, about 7 o'clock in the morning. That's what time breakfast starts. But there's just nobody here at the solarium or up above. So I'm going to go down. And get me some coffee. So I'm going down to the pavilion or to the large shopping area. So I dropped down to the Royal Promenade, which is on deck 5. Now, deck 5, the Royal Promenade, has all your shops. As you can see in the video, one of the first things I come to is Starbucks. But I'm heading to the Promenade Cafe because I want to get some coffee. The thing I don't like, it's the only place you can get coffee in the morning. There's no coffee up above. You would think Royal Caribbean would think about serving some coffee up where people are, up on the upper decks where the pool is and where the solarium is, but they don't. Okay, as I head down to the Cafe Promenade, you're also going to come across the soda machines. And now I showed my soda machine in the entry video. And the unique thing about the soda machine is sort of like self-serve soda, but it's not free. You have to have the special cup from Royal Caribbean, which means you have had to purchase one of the drink packages in order to get sodas. Okay, now we're up on the Promenade Cafe, but before I get my coffee, I'm just going to scan around a little bit, move the camera around so you can see a little bit of the Royal Promenade when there's not a lot of people here, what stores are located here. Now we come up on Regala. That's a store down here in the Royal Promenade. And what people really like, sort of interesting, is Sorrento. Sorrento serves pizzas, a little salad, or vegetables, cheese, stuff like that. And Sorrento's is a great place to stop when you just want a quick snack. The pizzas are always fresh, hot. They're the thin pizzas, and we like the thin pizzas, Chris and I. Now, there's also a Kate Spade down here. Some of you who prefer high-end bags, well, there's Kate Spade here for you. And we'll show you some of the other stores. Actually, Chris is going to do that on her channel. Now we come up to the Champagne Bar. Champagne Bar is a place you can go and taste and try different champagnes. And then you have the stairs going up. They go up to the photo area. You can also take them over to the elevators, but they don't go all the way through the Royal Promenade the other way, just up to where the photos are on this side. So now I'm moving to the other side of the Royal Promenade, and you can look at some of the artwork. This is some of the artwork that they have. They have different pieces of art objects throughout the ship. You saw the car earlier. Now a closer shot of the Champagne Bar. Like I said, you can come here if you're a champagne person. You love champagne. This is a nice place to stop and get yourself a drink of champagne. On this side as well, we have Michael Kors. You saw Michael Kors there. Michael Kors, another high-end store. You have guest services. They're closed now. And you think guest services might be open early for the people who like to get up early so you can avoid the line. While making my way, I made my way back to the room. We're looking down on the boardwalk area. You see the carousel. You see the balconies, the interior balconies of the boardwalk. And come back to the room because Chris and I are going to go get breakfast. So I got my coffee, got the muffin, but now I'll get ready to go up and eat some breakfast. So some early morning shots of the boardwalk. And yes, we enjoyed this boardwalk cabin. I just can't stop talking enough about it. What a wonderful cabin it was. The views were just stunning. Here's the view from out the back of the ship looking from our balcony. And I just love that having this dual view. So many things you could see. You could see the ocean. You could see the boardwalk. You could see the shows taking place. And you can see what beautiful ocean in the morning. I'll say it again. Tip, tip, tip. Boardwalk cabins are just great. You get several views, so it really makes for some great viewing when you're on the ship. The Aqua Theater, we can see it from our cabin, and they have shows that take place here. What you're looking at, you're looking down on Sabora Bar. It's actually a bar that complements the restaurant next to it. And what you may not realize is actually in the shape of a hat. Pretty cool, right? And here's the bar that it complements. And here's the bar that it complements. Wow, what a view. This is deck 5. At deck 5, you're almost at the water level. So this is looking at the water. Oh, the ocean's just so beautiful. Now we're heading up for breakfast. Okay, yummy, yummy, yummy. Time to eat breakfast. We're up at the solarium. The nice thing about the solarium, really, it's not as crowded. You still get a decent breakfast. I call it decent. It's not great. It's not as big as the Windjammer. And it's not like where you can order your own breakfast in the restaurants fresh to go. But it's still a nice breakfast, so we enjoy our breakfast at the Solarium Bistro. Now we're going to slow down, chill a bit, and check out a shopping show. Hey Chris, what's your opinion of the shopping show?
Well, in my opinion, a shopping show, it's nice if you're going on the cruise and that's what you want to do. You want to do some shopping, whether it's for jewelry or any other items. The shopping show is very informative and lets you know the pricing of the jewelry that's out there so you have an idea what to expect.
Well, the shopping show's over, so we're moving back up to the Royal Promenade, where now they got some shopping going on the Royal Promenade. And it's sort of like a flea market, I guess you could say, but it's just shopping. They got bags, they got purses. There's Chris showing us a purse, and she's going to talk about more about the shopping on her channel, Creations by Chris. And so that was the shopping. parade was actually pretty good. Now it's time for lunch at the Windjammer, so let's see what's served at the Windjammer today. Well, this is the Windjammer, and this is what I ordered. I ordered some chicken curry, some rice with like stew, some sweet potatoes, vegetables. And so a minute here, I'm going to tell you how it tastes.
Okay, I'm going to try the curry, see what the curry tastes like.
No, I have it one here.
The curry was actually quite good, the curry. The beef sort of tastes like beef stew you could get anywhere, any buffet in the U.S.
A sea day on the ship's an excellent day for touring. So here you see the Aqua Theater, and we're on deck 6, which is the boardwalk. So you get a nice view of the rock climbing wall. There's 2 of them, one on each side of the ship. And we could also see the rock climbing wall from our room and watch the people trying to climb. Some made it, some didn't make it. Of course, no boardwalk is complete without the carousel. So here's the carousel, and the carousel sort of sits not quite in the middle, but close to the middle of the boardwalk. Sort of more at the beginning of the boardwalk when you first come. We didn't ride the carousel. I asked Chris, hey, would you like to ride the carousel? Coming up, I'm going to show you some pictures of how they make the horses for the carousel. And you have an arcade. Yeah, I don't think a boardwalk would be complete without arcade. So there's a little arcade with some games. They also have other game rooms in other parts of the ship, like we're up above. I'll show you that later in another video. But here on deck 6, you have the arcade. Hi, Chris. Okay, Chris, explain to us what we're seeing with the carousel horse.
Here you see the carousel horse. That's the finished product that is completely finished. And then we're going to see the second stage where the head has been painted, but the body hasn't been painted yet. And now we're seeing the carousel horse is just a couple of pieces of wood, and it hasn't been sculptured yet. But this will be sculptured. And once the sculpturing is done, you're going to see the utensils that are being used for the sculpturing.
Well, it's time for a special night out with Chris. And Chris is dressed up. She's wearing a Indian sari outfit she designed. You can go over to Creations by Chris to see it. And I have on my tux. So we're heading to 150 Central Park first. Well, this is 150 Central Park. It's a specialty restaurant on Oasis of the Seas. Now, when you look at the decor, I would say it's a little stuffy to me. A little old. Here's how it looks at night. I would prefer a more modern, updated look for a decor. Now, we didn't come to 150 Central Park for the decor. We came for the food. The food is supposed to be much better than what you get in the buffet or in the regular dining room. And I must say, the quality of the food, the tastefulness of it, lived up to what others have said about 150 Central Park. They start you out with this wonderful bread that really is good. Next, we both had the Caesar salad. And they come to your table and they make the Caesar salad right at your table. And let me tell you, the dressing was so good on that Caesar salad. It was truly a wonderful Caesar salad. For dinner, I had the pan-seared veal medallions. And let me tell you, they were so tender, so good. Loved the sauce, loved the mashed potatoes. Just a wonderful, tasty dinner. Now, Chris had the lobster thermidor. How was it, Chris?
Oh, it was great. This was the first time that I had this dish, but the lobster was nice and tender, just a little bit sweet, and the buttery sauce that was on it, it was delicious.
For dessert, I had the fried cheesecake. And let me tell you, it was good. The way they deep fried the cheesecake and the bread, oh, it was just so fluffy, light. It was great. Chris's dessert was the hazelnut passion fruit bar. How was it, Chris?
It was great. I was really surprised. I had ordered it and I expected to be a little bit taste like a cheesecake. And cheesecake's okay, but I'm not really a big fan. But to my surprise, it was great because it was more like a thick, smooth mousse and fruity. I really enjoyed it.
On to Cats, the Broadway play. Our evening continues. I'll give you a look around the theater. This is the stage area you're looking at, and I'll pan around and show you what the auditorium looks like. It's a fairly large auditorium, spacious. There were plenty of seats. The show wasn't sold out, so there was plenty of room. So you really didn't have to worry about not being able to get in and get a good seat. And it was a little long play for me, but this is Cats.
My husband and I have both seen Cats on Broadway, and the singing was excellent. So when we saw it here on the ship, they did a great job with the acting, and the singing was great also.
And then you could come up at intermission and sit with some of the actors. That's old Bartholomew. And now it's on to the end of the play. How animals, a cruise tradition. Yep, there was an animal in our room when we returned. We had a dog in our room.
Okay, this is our first official night surprise. What is it?
Looks like a woof, woof, woof. Must be a dog. Yep, our first towel animal. We just come back from the show, Cats, and we get a dog. Well, we're wrapping up the full second day and looking down on the Aqua Theater here on the Oasis of the Seas. It's a dark out night on the ocean. But it was a wonderful night. Went to a specialty dinner restaurant, which we will feature on a separate video. Also went to the show Cats. Got a couple pictures from there. We don't film during the show, but there is a part where they let you take a picture with one of the actors, old Bartholomew. And so now we're wrapping everything up for the evening. Hope I didn't bounce the camera around too much, but come back for the next parts of the video, our Oasis of the Sea trip, and now